What's good, everyone? Welcome to the Power Up Podcast, episode number 6. I am your host, Sir Snorlax, aka Dennis, and we have a lot to get into today. We have a Fatal Fury review, and we're going to be talking about Oblivion Remastered. But first, let's give a shout out to the Southwest Florida FGC with our results for Southwest Florida FGC weekly number 130. In Tekken 8, our top 8. In 7th place, we had your boy, Sir Snorlax, dropping off a little bit. We had TV Tengu bringing that bear power in 7th place as well. We had Savage Mela in 5th place. We had Spiker in 5th place as well. In 4th place, we had Crispy Crisps. In 3rd place, we had Foz. In 2nd place, we had Samurai Soda. And in 1st place, we have Hypergella, a.k.a. Kazibara, a.k.a. the Tekken Professor. And for our Street Fighter 6 bracket, in 7th place, we had Walt Coyote. Tied up in 7th place, we had the returning Cruisin'. In 5th place, we had Spiker. In 5th place as well, we have Fighting Focus. In 4th place, we had Mr. Worldwide. In 3rd place, we had Foz. In 2nd place, we had Harold. And in 1st place, we had Professor Peanut. And Southwest Florida FGC Weekly number 30 was also running its Day 1 Fatal Fury City of the Wolves tournament. And here are our top 8 for that. In 7th place, we had Cruisin'. In 7th place, we had Zoe Valentine. In 5th place was your boy, Sir Snorlax. Tied up in 5th place, we had Mr. Worldwide. In 4th place, we had TV Tengu. In 3rd place, we had Spiker. In 2nd place, we had Foz. And of course, in 1st place, we had Professor Peanut. With that, let's get into our rankings for our Southwest Florida FGC leagues for Tekken 8 and for Street Fighter 6. All right. In 20th place, we have in Tekken 8, we have Noel Gianni. In 19th place, we have Cruisin'. In 18th place, we have Tripa Seca. In 17th place, we have Focus 1. In 16th place, we have Scourge. In 15th place, we have Saint. In 14th place, we have Mr. Worldwide. In 13th place, we have Oblivion. In 12th place, we have McLover. In 11th place, we have Lost Hero. In 10th place, we have Foz. In 9th place, it's your boy, Sir Snorlax. In 8th place, we have TV Tengu. In 7th place, we have Savage Mela. In 6th place, we have Spiker. In 5th place, we have Kazibara. In 4th place, we have Samurai Soda. In 3rd place, we have Flamio. In 2nd place, we have Mary Chango. And in 1st place, we have Crispy Crisps. Moving on to our Street Fighter 6 leaderboards, we have in 20th place, we have Cruisin'. In 19th place, we have Black Flash. In 18th place, we have Lost Hero. 17th place is Rock Brawny BR. In 16th place, we have Prox. In 15th place, we have myself, Sir Snorlax. In 14th place, we have Focus 1. In 13th place, we have Big Boss Brandon. In 12th place, we have Casual Sam. In 11th place, we have Rich Dan. 10th, we've got Scourge. In 9th place, we have Walt Coyote. In 8th place, we have Noodle. In 7th place, we have Makira. 6th place, we have Spiker. In 5th place, we have Lexitron 3000. In 4th place, we have Professor Peanut. And in 3rd place, we have Mr. Worldwide. In 2nd place, we have Foz. And at the top of the ranks, we have Harold. So those are our rankings for the Southwest Florida FGC. As always, shouts out to them and all of our participants. And, keep supporting your locals as always. It is very, very important. Moving on. So, April 24th, 2025, we had the Nintendo Switch pre-orders go live here in the US. And it was as disastrous as we thought it was going to be. I, of course, did not get to snag one. I was there at midnight. We had Walmart up. We had Best Buy up. We had not GameStop, because GameStop did not go live at midnight. We have Target up. I think Best Buy just didn't go live right at midnight. The site just crashed. I couldn't get into Walmart. Target crashed, and then it came back up. And then I got the bundle into my cart, and we could not get past that. Myself, my brother, we both were doing it at the same time. Almost 40 minutes of just going at it, trying to get that purchase to go through. We had everything signed in, and it just kept giving us an error. I tried on the computer. I tried on the app. No success. No luck. Coming around to 11 a.m., we had the go live for the GameStop. I tried. Site crashed completely immediately as it went live, and then shortly after, it was all sold out. I know in-stores had some opportunities. I unfortunately did not have the opportunity to go in-store until Friday, when it was already all sold out. So at this point in time, I don't got a pre-order. Hopefully there'll be more pre-orders opening up here soon, but other than that, we're just gonna have to wait till launch and see what happens. But looking through online, everyone had a very hard time getting it. There was a lot of people that were able to get it, but it was difficult. It was just disastrous. You'd think at this point, where we're at with console launches, that this would be a little easier, but it wasn't. I know Nintendo's doing a rollout of their pre-orders through the lottery invite system in May. So we'll see. I signed up for it. I don't know if I have enough. I've had a Nintendo online subscription for a very long time. So I checked that box. I'm pretty sure gameplay has been shared. So I should have enough hours into it to be able to get into the actual lottery. I don't know if I'll get it, but we'll see. And we'll see what happens moving forward to see if Nintendo, is able to provide more pre-orders for stores so that we can get our consoles, because it's a hot ticket price. It's a hot ticket right now, and we want to get that. I'm looking forward to it still. Hopefully, if we don't have anything come up, maybe at launch, we'll have enough units that we'll be able to get some on launch day. I am not doing a line. I'm not getting in line. I'm sorry. The last time I did that, I got very sick afterwards. It was a very cold night here in Florida. So that was the pre-orders. Let me know if you guys were able to snag one. If you guys were able to do the pre-order, I know that there's a lot of people that were able to, and that's awesome. I'm happy for everyone that was able to secure one. And for those of us who weren't able to, let's just keep trying. See what comes up here in the future. For our next topic, there are some trailers that got released this week that we want to get into. So the first one was, we got a deeper look into Ghost of Yotei, which I'm very excited about. I love Ghost of Tsushima, and I'm ready for more. So let's do this, and let's get right into this trailer.
A wandering spirit seeking vengeance.
She looked badass. Sucker punch.
Who are you?
Nope.
The snake. The Oni. The Kitsune. The spider. The dragon. Lord Saito.
What are we going to do with this one, Saito? I'm sorry. It came to this little wolf.
Little wolf.
Situ Rainu. Why do you always call me that? It means one who is easily lost in the hunt.
I want a wolf. I want a wolf.
I have to go home. Back where all this started.
October 2nd, 2025. Now that is gonna be dope. I'm ready for that. It is. It looks great. The story looks great. I want a wolf. If we're getting a wolf, I'm down for that. I want a wolf. I love wolves, and it looks amazing. I'm ready for more of that universe, of that world. I know that this is not a direct sequel to the first game. It's set years and years after Jin's story. So hopefully we'll get to go back and see more of Jin's story in the future. But this is a nice place to bring us to, get a different, protagonist and a different story and just with the same, awesomeness of being a samurai. So that's something I'm definitely looking forward to. That's something that we're definitely going to be playing in October. So the GTA 6 window, I think everyone's trying to avoid that right now. And I think October is a good place for it because I have a feeling that GTA 6 is going to be somewhere in the mid-year. And it's going to be an overwhelming game to compete with this year. So the next trailer that we're going to get into is we got a gameplay trailer for Street Fighter 6's new character, Elena, coming out in June.
Taking a life and giving life? Fighting and living? I wasn't looking to fight to the death.
Stage looks nice. I like the ambiance. Oh yeah, she's definitely going full capoeira. Whew. That slide. Oh, went right under that. Went right under that. That's going to be a problem for us projectile users. That leaves us wide open. There's nothing we can do. Damn. That overhead was sick, too. Wow. Got that third strike outfit on. Oh. If I remember correctly, these guys are friends too, which is weird that saying Akuma has a friend. That was a nice one. Oh, that double three. Oof, the bounce. That's just disrespectful. Oh, onto the screen. Fuck. She's got the healing back. She has the healing back. So she's going to be a problem. I'm just going to say it. She's going to be a problem, and we're going to have to deal with it because that's going to be coming out June 5th. I think it comes out a little earlier because of the season pass. Gives you like early access. I think it's like a few days early access, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong. And that's what, 10 days before CEO? I guarantee we're going to have some Elena players at CEO. With 10 days notice, that's going to be interesting. It's going to be 10 days to lab Elena. So those competing better get into it. But she looks awesome. Some third strike representation. And she's going to be a menace. So, yeah, that's... Oof. So the next thing we're going to get into is Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. I have been playing it, and the local also ran a tournament for it, and it's a really fun game. I'm really enjoying it. And, there's a lot of things that are available. One of the cool things is the color edit. You can customize your mains and give them different colors and whatnot. I think Tengu made a Ganachi outfit that with a pattern of Demon Slayer, the green checkers. But it's very, for this being a fighting game, it's very detailed color editing, which I think SNK has always had a great color editing mode. I know in 13 it was very extensive. So that's always been a staple for SNK. The color editing in this specifically, what I like is our art style that we're using in this game. It just goes very well with this. So that was always fun. Getting into some gameplay, there's a trial mode that I'm going to show you here. I'm a my main in this game right now, so the trials, they're pretty extensive. Different combos. Gets you learning the game, the rev, and the rev engine part of it as well. It was it's a nice addition. There's a lot of characters in this game. We have, Terry, Rock, Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's not get into that. Salvatore Ganacci. We've got Mai, as shown earlier. A lot of returning characters. Overall, the gameplay of it all has been fun. It's a fun game. There's some criticisms that have been coming through, but overall, I feel that SNK really put all their chips into this. The marketing has been crazy. There's been, there was the WrestleMania marketing push. Getting someone like Cristiano Ronaldo to be in this game, for whatever reason, it brings new eyes. There's been a lot of ads that have been geared towards getting a new audience to not just fighting games, but also to this series, this franchise. Anyone who's not gotten into any of the SNK games like Samurai Showdown, Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury, King of Fighters. King of Fighters being the more recent SNK, that and Samurai Showdown games that have come out in the fighting game genre have been not been as popular as I felt they should have been. I love KOF 15, but a lot of people didn't like it, and you didn't see a lot of KOF players, especially in the United States. I felt. I'm hoping that this is going to be the turnaround for that. I feel like we're going to get a lot more. We've gotten a lot of more eyes on this game. There's not just those who play other fighting games like Tekken, like Street Fighter, your Guilty Gears, stuff like that, your Under Nights. I feel like everyone's kind of been gravitating towards taking this out. I hate that I had to play as this guy just to show him off for this game. I don't like Ronaldo. I'm going to go out there and say it. I'm going to be bold. I'm going to be that guy. I just don't like the motherfucker. So, chance to whoop his ass in this game is nice. But still, I'm going to admit his gameplay is kind of dope. Not too fond of the whole ball thing, but overall, yeah. I mean, look at that. He's got some movements. Next, the super is nice. The ball. The super's nice. I've been having fun with it. We had 16 entrants for this game at South Florida FGC. 16 entrants for this game is pretty big, especially for a day one launch, because it wasn't technically day one, because that was the actual release date of the game. But if you basically bought it before then, you can just download and play it early. I bought it on Tuesday, and I was able to download it. It wasn't necessarily a pre-order, but it technically was a pre-order. It's a weird thing. Salvatore Ganacci, the guy has been getting so much hate in lead up to this. My man comes out and everyone is apologizing. I mean, apologizing because, one, and I'm going to be real, between these two, it feels like Salvatore is genuinely excited to be in this game. He is talking about it, putting out stuff about it. He's even reached out to Maximilian Dude. See how that's going to turn out. Well, that'll be something we definitely talk about, because there was a tweet that he sent out asking what his tracksuit size was. He was at WrestleMania promoting this game. I mean, can't hate the dude. The dude is genuinely excited to be in it, and I feel like Ronaldo just put out like something here. I'm in the game. When the game went on, like the day it launched. So there was a lot of hate, but it seems everyone's come around to Mr. Ganacci's inclusion in this game, and his gameplay is kind of sick. I've fought a couple of them already, and got my ass handed to me. So that was interesting. But we got Hotaru here. As another one of our characters from the game. I'm trying to go through all the characters. I will say this. I felt pretty comfortable with quite a few of these characters. And I typically have a hard time finding a character that I gravitate towards, that I feel comfortable with. I played a little bit of Rock and I felt comfortable. I played a little bit of Terry, and I've played Terry before, in other, Capcom versus SNK 2. Any KOF game that I've played, I always go for Terry. In Street Fighter 6, I played as Terry, so I felt comfortable with him. Um, I've been playing. Mai is one of my mains in Street Fighter 6, so I felt comfortable with her. But even the other characters that I don't really know that well or whatnot, like I said, like Rock, even Gato here, I felt genuinely comfortable, and found that I could probably learn a thing or two about their gameplay. Except for even okay, I was gonna say except for Tizok, but I will also say I'm not a grappler player. But even though I'm not a grappler player, it still felt kind of comfortable fluidly doing some of the moves. Um, as Tizok, I'm like I said, I'm not a grappler, but which is ironic because I love wrestling. Although I do play a grappler in Virtual Fighter 5. So, but still, it was genuinely like comfortable with a lot of these characters. Not all of them. I'm not gonna say all of them, because I have my own play style, but still, just the game really lends itself for you to learn easily how to navigate with a lot of these characters, including ones that are grapplers that you're not used to playing. So for new players to the fighting game genre, this is a great way to start. I feel. I think fighting games have been pushing to make things accessible to new players, which is awesome. I mean, Street Fighter 6 has made it very easy to get into with a lot of its different mechanics, including the modern controls. Um, Tekken 8 has been doing some things that people are not happy about, to try to make the game more accessible to everyone. But I feel like this right here is also a great starting point. I also thought that it was awesome to include the season pass with the purchase of the game. It's still a $60 game, but it includes the season pass, which I thought was dope. So those DLC characters that we're getting here in the future are going to be included in that purchase. So, and I'm trying to look up here what the DLC was. I know that Ken and Chung Lee are two of the season pass players, but well, that's right. How could I forget? We have the first player that's coming. The first character that's coming out in the summer is going to be Andy Bogard. So we're getting him back. Then along in the summer, we're also going to get Ken from Street Fighter. Then in the fall, we're getting Joe Higashi. And then in winter, we're getting Chung Lee from Street Fighter. And then in early 2026, the last season 1 character is going to be Mr. Big. So there's still more characters to come, and I hope that they continue to do more season passes so we can expand this roster. That'll be cool. Preacher was one that I was kind of looking at, maybe trying out because I felt very fluid with her. This is another one that I felt very, very interested in, and I might try her out as a backup to Mai. I'm also leaning towards Rock as well, but it's definitely she's definitely one of the characters that I'm definitely keeping my eye on. I don't think I saw any Preachers at the local. Not that I can think of. I might not remember. I didn't fight one myself, but it was. She's definitely a character that I want to check out here in the future. Marco, Marco's, Marco was one of the ones that I did not feel as comfortable with, and it's a Shoto kind of, but I felt he was kind of stiff. So I was expecting to feel a little more comfortable with Marco, a lot more comfortable than I expected to be a lot more comfortable than I actually was with Marco, is what I'm trying to say. Not saying that he's a bad character. It's just I just didn't feel comfortable with Marco. So it was um, it was an interesting thing, but not saying that others don't feel comfortable. I don't think I saw anybody playing. That's another character I've not run into very much, but we have a lot of ways to go in this. We've just done one tournament. CEO is going to be interesting. The CEO tournament for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is going to be interesting. Bijane, I did not feel as comfortable with her as I was hoping to. This is, like I said, it was one of the few characters that I just did not click with. But to say that I clicked with a lot more characters than I expected to in this game is a lot. Um, she's fun. She seems fun if you're into that kind of play style. I know that Spiker was whooping my ass with Bijane, so I just don't know how to play her. I guess, or you know, I don't. My skills don't lend itself to her play style, so that'll maybe if I try her again, I'll feel more in tune with her. But she was a pretty good one. Just not my style. She's a good character, um, but just not my style when it came to playing with her. We have Kevin. Kevin is an interesting one because he's definitely you know big body, big. I was expecting him to be a lot slower than he actually was. So that was kind of surprising. Um, I was definitely expecting a slower character. I honestly thought he was a grappler when I first saw him, not knowing Kevin that well, as I'm not as well versed as SNK and as some others. Although I love Capcom versus SNK too. That was like my introduction to my real introduction to SNK. I knew about Fatal Fury and all that, but never as deep as that. Hokumaru Hokotomaro was another one that I actually did feel comfortable with. Just maybe it was the speed of it all. I think his speed lent itself to my style of play, so I thought it was cool. And just his style is kind of cool. So definitely is someone that I'm also looking at maybe trying out a little more once I have more time with the game when as the we continue to run tournaments for it. Um, but like I said, he felt fast, and I like fast characters. Cammy, um, Mai, both are pretty fast. Although Mai is more neutral based, but it just I always look at Mai as a blend of Cammy and Chung Li, especially in Street Fighter 6. She feels that way, although I've never been a Chung Li player. Uh, I'm interested to see how the transition is for the Street Fighter characters to come into this game, like Ken, like Chung Li, because the way that Terry and Mai play in Street Fighter 6 is very different than how they play in this game. Um, there are a lot of things I do with Mai in Street Fighter 6 that I don't that screws me up when I've been playing as Mai in City of the Wolves because um, you can't do those things. So the gameplay is very very much different. This is Billy. Uh, I don't. Just couldn't get into him. He was just one of those other ones that I just couldn't get into. So I don't really have much. I mean, the whole the whole Rolento type fighting style is pretty dope. I say Rolento type, but I'm pretty sure that Billy was around before Rolento. But it just reminds me of Rolento in a way, except without the grenades and the knives and all that. Just it's the stick, but also Gambit same way. So Cool moves though. Definitely some cool action on the part of Billy. Don Juan, um, cool character. The electric and all that. I was getting my ass kicked by this character a lot in tournament, and in some of the matches that I did on the side. So that was fun to have to deal with. We I feel that if given him more time, I probably could also feel comfortable with him. So it's just another one of those characters that just feels comfortable. So I see why people um, tend to gravitate towards him because I have seen quite a few players out there online playing Dong Wang. So um, maybe I'll give it another chance with Dong Juan. But I think if I were to probably the next two characters I would definitely try out is Rock and Preacha. I think those two are going to be the next two that I try to get into, just to you know shake it up a little bit. It's a pretty dope super though. So the next thing I want to get into in Fatal Fury is the episodes of Southtown. So there's actually two modes I want to get into: is the episodes of Southtown and the arcade mode. So the episodes of Southtown, it's kind of like a story mode. It's I would say think of it as World Tour and Street Fighter 6, but not like in a physical open world. You just get the map and you level up your characters. Like you can see right there, this is the first match I had with my energy is very low. As you level up, your HP increases and other things increase. And every character you fight has a level, so you have to make sure you're within that level range. And the way the system is organized, it tells you if you're strong enough to go up against that. Now, obviously, I'm a level 1, and I think this Terry's a level 5. And they're one-round matches, as far as I know. I don't know if it progresses later. But it's a pretty cool thing. It's got a story to it. You go through the map and you go to different areas. You unlock different things, and you level up your character. See here, I went up quite a few levels, so I went up to level 6, which that was cool. We travel through Southtown. The next thing we did is the arcade mode. The arcade mode is very straightforward. Um, I won't get too deep into it. The intros are pretty sick. You know, a lot of thought went into them. Very comic book like, which I thought was cool. But it's just standard 2 rounds. Do your thing. There's a story. There's a rival you meet. There's the boss that I won't get into. And how the story gets tied up together. And there's an ending, and each character has an ending. So it's pretty fun. I'm always a proponent of fighting games having an arcade mode, because that's what I grew up with. Street Fighter 2, all the way up to Alpha and 3. Arcade mode was a staple. And when Street Fighter 5 didn't have an arcade mode, I hated that. So I'm always for fighting games having their arcade mode, because it lets you fight against characters you don't typically run into, and test your skills. Obviously, if you're playing competitively, you want to play online. But even online, it's just not, the rank modes are just not that great. So I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I give this an 8. I give it an 8. It comparatively, I gave Street Fighter 6 and Tekken before I started doing this. I would say they're at about a 9. Tekken was at a 9 when it first released, in my opinion, and then an 8.5 for Street Fighter. So it's up there with current fighting games. But yeah. So let me know what your thoughts are on Fatal Fury. Do you like it? Do you hate it? What do you want to see changed? In the comments. The next thing, Oblivion. So in our last episode, we talked about there was going to be a something for the leaked Elder Scrolls Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remaster. Sure enough, Bethesda released a trailer and released that day. Shadow dropped the game, and I played it. I've played Oblivion before. Holy crap. So far, from what I've seen, there's been a lot of love and care put into this remaster. I mean, this looks badass, so I had to include it in my footage. Uriel Septum. Y'all remember what Uriel Septum looked like? I wish I had a picture. I should have gotten a picture so I could show y'all. Like, just here you can see the differences. Now, I will say this. This footage, I captured it on a Xbox Series S. It is not the most powerful of the Xboxes. It's on Game Pass. I could have ran it on the computer, but I wanted to just show off how good this looks, even running on an Xbox Series S. I mean, it looks damn good. This intro is freaking badass. The character creator has definitely been expanded, and it looks fantastic. You know, I didn't get too deep into it, but it's. I would put it up there with the Cyberpunk 2077. I've heard that a lot, and I would agree to it. Is that it right there with the character creator of Cyberpunk 2077 that I felt is pretty extensive. The game, just look at the graphics, everything just looks beautiful. Yes, it is remastered, but even the gameplay, it feels better than Skyrim, honestly. Like, the gameplay feels better than Skyrim. So this is definitely not just a remaster. It's definitely on more online with a remake. Even though we're not calling it that, we're just calling it remastered. But just look at this. The landscapes and the visuals just look fantastic. Compared, I mean, this game is pretty old. This is an old game. This is my first ever Elder Scrolls. I had heard of Morrowind before, but you got the different races. You know, we've got the Imperials that we, the origins also impact your different skills. Try to see. Let me try to fast forward a little bit through this because it will show you the other. We have the High Elves. And just looking at the characters here and how, they look is pretty awesome. We got the Dark Elves, Breton, Argonian. The Khajiit look pretty dope, I'm not going to lie. Comparatively to other games, the Khajiit look pretty awesome. We got the Nords, citizens of Skyrim, which is what I went with eventually. It was a Nord. The details even on the clothes is pretty dope. We got an orc. The orcs look pretty dope too. I'm not gonna lie. The orcs look pretty dope. The Red Guard. And then we had the Wood Elf. So this is the beginning of the game. You're in a cell. You don't know why you're in a cell. I didn't finish the game, so I don't even know if you ever find out why the hell you were in that cell. But I'm pretty sure in Skyrim, if I remember correctly, you don't find out why you were about to get executed. So there's that too. Somehow, some way, you are a terrible person at the beginning of these games, and you got to redeem yourself. That's not true. I don't think that's always the case, but at least in the two that I've played, it's been that way. Again, looking at Emperor Uriel Septum, the changes that were made to his look. I mean, he just had this like weird kind of fat face in the original, just kind of round everywhere. And now looking at him, and that was peak graphics back then. This is what, PS3, 360 area. So I played it on a PS3. My brother was the one that got me into it, as he had it on PC. Um, so, and like I said, visually, even down to the cobwebs. I mean, you could really look at like I said, there was a lot of detail put into this game and a lot of love put into this game, and I'm very excited. I have not gotten very far, but I wanted to talk about it because, like I said, I have played this game before. The story, obviously, the story remains the same so far. It's faithful to the original, but combat wise, I feel the combat has definitely improved. Here I am, just fisticuffs, right? Running them hands with some assassins, and I might have punched a couple of the wrong people. I haven't run into any bugs. I will say that I have not run into any sort of bugs so far, which cross my fingers. And I just started this game through gameplay just to get a feel for what's coming in this game. I'm very excited to continue this, and I'm excited to finish it this time because, like I said, I never finished Oblivion. For a variety of reasons. I wish I could have kept that katana. I'm just gonna say, and I'm pretty sure there's a way to get it back later, but I wish I would have kept that katana. Um, Fighting some rats here. Even the details on the rats, the fur of the rats, just is like I said. There was a lot of love and care put into this. I know I keep saying that, but this is a game that to a lot of people, including myself, was the first Elder Scrolls they played, and they fell in love with this franchise. The lock picking, I'm still not happy with. As y'all can see, I was struggling. I'm only at a level. I think it's a very easy lock, and I was struggling with it, and I kept breaking my picks. But that system remains the same. Here, I'm using a bow and arrow. And it's funny because I didn't use a bow and arrow in this game, in my original run through of this game. I didn't use a bow and arrow until Skyrim because you kind of needed to use a bow and arrow in Skyrim because of the dragons. So like I wanted to test it out in this one, and so far it's pretty awesome. Like look at these caves, the details, and even there's not much to look at in this cave. But you can see like the rock formations and the details to the rocks and the layout, the walls, the ground, all of that is so well done. They definitely killed it with this, and like I said before, this is gonna be one of those. Games that is going to hold us over till we get the Elder Scrolls 6. In my opinion, that's just me. I definitely, you gotta get those arrows back for sure. We're picking up some lettuce, some cheese wedges. There was gold in there too. Yeah, I forgot about the gold. Did I ever take the gold? I missed that. I'm gonna have to go back to that fucking place. The Warhammer. And I want to also have you guys look at what it looks like outside once we leave this this cave area, because also I was just once you get outside, like if you think this is very detailed, once you get outside and see just the land itself, It's very it's just it's beautiful. It's a beautiful game. Um, like I said before, next to Skyrim, I feel you know the mechanics of Skyrim and the gameplay of Skyrim. Um, this is an upgrade to that, which is what I was hoping for because I do feel that Skyrim improved on the mechanics from this game, so I was definitely hoping for some sort of quality of life improvement since the original came out, which I'm happy to see that it has been done. Um, Lots of sneak attacks. That's how I roll. Which is funny because I'm not typically a sneak attack person. Um, but for some reason, well, let me rephrase that. I'm not a sneak attack person in this type of game, but I'm a Metal Gear Solid fan, so there's that. And I think there's quite a few different things that are still in this game that you can do to level yourself up in some cheap ways, which I've read online are still there. So I'm gonna have to explore that next time. We got ourselves our katana. I'm saying I just wish I could have kept this damn sword because this katana is awesome, and I hope there's a way to get it back. I'm gonna have to look that up. You can go into a third-person view, and it in this type of game, I don't usually go in a third-person view, but you can. I've never been one to do so, so there's that. Oh yeah, the clairvoyance spell kind of guides you through where you need to go, so that's pretty dope. And see how the clairvoyance spell is leading me through that hole there. Um, this is dope. I like this. I like this part. Pushing the logs. They had already seen me, so I think I only killed one. I had my shield. That is one thing I have noticed is that sometimes the health doesn't go all the way down when they die. So it kind of leaves you like, wondering. Sneak attacks, the old witch. Now, I'm going to fast forward this a little bit more to get us outside. Look at this. This is just amazing. I don't remember being able to see that far in the original game. That far up to where the mountains are. The water, you can see the ripples in the water. Um, you can, the grass, the details, even in the mushrooms, the different mushrooms, you can see the details. Each individual mushroom seems always to be a little bit different in the way it curves or how it's rounded. Um, the mud crabs. But as far as remaster remakes goes, I'm pretty happy with the product that we got. I'm pretty happy with the results of the work that was put into this remaster, remake, whatever the hell we're gonna call it, because it's definitely like somewhere in between. Um, I would say I give this one so far, my score so far, and it'll change. I would say I give it a 9. This is a solid 9. Um, I only say that because I haven't gotten too far into it, but just from what I've seen, based on how I have played the game before, I've gotten pretty decently far into it in the past. If it remains what I'm seeing here, an upgraded level of what I played before, it's definitely a 9 for me. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you score it higher? Do you score it lower? Do you feel that it's it's a faithful remaster, remake, whatever you want to call it, of the original game? I know that for me, I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna love it, and it's gonna hold me over till 6 comes out. But I still want some 6 news. They haven't talked about it since they announced it, and it's kind of a little. It makes me a little nervous as to what's happening with the game. So definitely hope that we hear something here in the immediate future from Bethesda about Elder Scrolls 6. But um, I'm gonna say this: if you want to try it out and you have Game Pass, if you got Game Pass Unlimited Ultimate, you can get it on the Xbox, on PC. Like I said, I wanted to run it on the Xbox Series S to show everyone just how amazing it looks at that level. Not saying that the Series S is weak, but it is not, an Xbox Series X, for example, performance, or a PC performance, depending on the specs you have on your PC. But it still looks amazing, and if it can look that amazing on that, how much more amazing can it look like on a PC, on an upscale, on a PlayStation 5? So I'm wondering if they're going to release this for the Switch 2. That I'm wondering, with the fact that the Switch 1 brought over Skyrim, the relationship that Microsoft has with Nintendo, will we see it over on the Switch 2? So that'll be an interesting one. I feel that it would be a good option to have it on the Switch 2 if it can run as good as it's running on a Series S, which I feel that that's pretty top notch there. So with that said, come to the closing of episode 6 of the Power Up podcast. I will tell you that next episode I'm going to be talking about Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I'm just going to say right now, oh yeah, try it out. But I'll talk more about that next week, along with some other news. But till then, as always, thank you for your support. Thank you for watching, and be good or be good at it. I will see you all next time.